You mean some people are insisting to marry into a polygamous family? Hey, in this age and time, abort mission. Corona is outside. I'm stuffing your instinct. Corona is outside. What is the chemistry between you and Korede Bello? I don't understand. Which chemistry? It's not the chemistry, it's biology. People will see very soon. Who was your first boyfriend? If I tell you the person, will you know the person? You say now who? You are not focused. You would need to place your focus in the right direction.
You call him
Hey Joy, get out.
Can me get out? Really? You are a nincompoop.
Bimbola, close the door. Do you think I have the time that you are? Do you know I've been filming for 6 hours? Close the door, Joe.
So your shirt is not saying the same thing. I'm not angry.
Leave this place. What now? No. I said no, Bimbo. What? Go filami, go wait in raw. Just close the door. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Okwe, and if you're joining us for the first time, welcome. How are you people? Yes, I know that this setup is very different. Well, that's because of this lockdown. I made this at home so that I can film at home and I will not have any excuse to not create content for you guys. So that is why we have this setup. It's a cozy setup. I'm sitting on my bed. It's a Q&A video and I asked you guys to send in your questions and I got a ton of questions, like a lot. Let's start. Rima Chekwaz says, can you give a financial advice to a 23-year-old girl? Hey God, I feel like I gave all the financial advice that I feel like would help anyone regardless of the age in my video, the 2019 recap. That's the hard lessons 2019 taught me. I'm going to leave a link up here. That is a perfect video when you're looking at like financial advice, but I would say in like a nutshell is spend less and save more. It might be really hard. Save at least 10% of whatever you're getting, be it pocket money, income, whatever. Just save. Don't eat everything like I used to do. There are so many apps for saving now. Get those apps and it can be 500 naira per day, whatever is comfortable with you. You can also try multiple streams of income, like I said in the last video. Try and get something you can do or you can sell or you're good at, you're passionate at, and something that can make you money. And yeah, that's basically it. You'll be good. Never really heard you talk about your parents. I spoke about my parents in my sister tag, at least mildly. I spoke about my parents in my sister tag, so you guys should watch that. What do I want to say? I speak about my mom and my dad like individually because I never really had the daddy mommy home kind of setting. My mom was a single parent, my dad was on his own. Then after she became late, I started living with my dad, so it's not really close-knit kind of setting. So yeah. Well, that last question was by Harita. Angelicious, that's my girl, says, why are you so nice? Can you adopt me as your first child? Lol, girl. At this point, I don't think I can adopt anything. I can't even adopt chicken. So yeah, but then you know you're my G now, you're my baby, so we move. Fini Agbaje says, hi Okwe, any advice for who has fallen and is struggling to revive their relationship with God? To be honest, I'm also at that point, sort of. But the thing you need to know is that God is not a judgmental God. It's not someone that you offend him and is holding that offense against you, or you stop talking to him like humans and he'll be like, long time, or kind of making you feel guilty. God is never like that. No matter how long you've gone without like fellowshipping with him or like being intimate with him, whenever you're ready to come back, God is going to accept you with open arms. So there's nothing holding you back. Speak to God. You don't have to do the whole religious praying and everything. Just be on your bed, in your quiet time, your car, whatever. Speak to the Holy Spirit and let him know that you obviously can't do this by yourself, and just take it one day at a time. Don't give yourself any pressure. There's no fire anywhere that's going to come down and consume you. Be calm. Let God know how you feel and take it one step at a time. Please, can you film a makeup tutorial in Pidgin English? Hell no. Nope. I can't construct a sentence, a correct sentence in Pidgin, so that's just you setting me up for failure. So nah, girl. Mrs. B1 says, hi love your YouTube videos. How many brothers and sisters do you have in total? Why? Do you want to buy something for all of us? Well, how many brothers and sisters do I have in total? If I'm considering like both my half siblings and my step siblings, it's a lot. It's a lot. So yeah. How many brothers and sisters do I have in total? I can't start counting right now. Let's just say we're just all of us together might be give or take like 15. If I had my step siblings and my half siblings and everybody, so we should be like 15 or if not more. Bolu Bab says, I want to send you some of my items I sell. I hope you don't mind. I love you. I don't mind though, girl. What are you saying? saying? DM me, let me send you my address. So yesterday actually I got at least 15 questions or 20 questions about Korede Bello, so you guys are going to be hearing it a lot in this video. I don't know why, for God's sake. People are just, I don't know. So Larry Crown says, are you low-key in love with our Zaddy Korede Bello? I am not low-key in love with anybody, for God's sake. I don't know, to be people should not ask me jam question, please. I am not in love with Korede Bello. We are just friends. People don't understand. I love him as a brother, I love him as a friend, that's all. If you could marry any celebrity, who would it be? If I could marry any celebrity, who would it be? The person I would have loved to marry is already married, so I'm not going to say it. It's not like I want to marry him, but then I just really like what he stands for, and that's PJ, that's Pastor Jimmy. It's like the combination of spiritual and hood at the same time, like balance. But it's a married man, so yeah, we move. I would say I'm thinking like Nigerian celebrities. I'm not going abroad. I don't have time for that. Yeah. Do you know I can't think of any right now? I swear. Who do I like that is like the God factor is there? I don't know. The person I'm feeling right now that is like his smile is 100%. It's Kunle Remi. So yeah. What is your biggest fear? I feel like my biggest fear might be me not realizing the things that I feel like I should. God has not given us the spirit of fear, so I guess not being successful and just living a mediocre life. What is the meanest thing you've ever said to someone? Love you, by the way. That's from I Am Jane. I rarely say mean things. If I did, it probably didn't come from a malicious place, and I didn't know that the person was going to feel that way. So I can't really say, oh, this is one thing I said that is like the meanest thing. But I think I've told someone that if I was as fat as them, I would commit suicide. But that was me. It was when I was way younger. I think I was like 22 when that happened, and I felt bad because when I actually said it, I didn't mean it as per like literal meaning. Like I just said it. It was like months after she came to tell me that she really like felt bad, and she cried, and I felt so bad. Like I wish I could just rewind time and take that statement away. But then yeah, and since then I feel like I have watched my words. If I have said anything mean to someone, it probably wasn't on purpose. What's your worst habit? I feel like currently my worst habit is probably being lazy. My worst habit could also be like procrastination sometimes and biting my nails. Next question is by Yanolua. She says, do you relate better with female or male friends? There's no better or anything. My friends are my friends. I just feel like I have fallen out with more female friends than I have fallen out with more male friends. I literally still have the same male friends I've had since 100 level, and I definitely do not have those same girlfriends anymore. I get along with both sexes fine. It's just that I have fallen out with the female clan more than I have with the male clan. So yeah. Next question, she says, what is that thing that celebrities have in common that you don't like? What's my own? Nah, I don't think there's anything they have. Seeing as I've been close with a bunch of celebrities, like I've seen them in the celebrity space and I've seen them in the like regular friend space, I don't think there's nothing I would want them to change. They deal with a lot already. So what's my own? What are those qualities you like in a man? Still from I Am Jane. Qualities I like in a man. The very important one is having a relationship with God. Not just God fearing, but also like let it be an active act. Is it possible if I say an active act? Like you have to not just talk the talk, you have to walk the walk. It has to be something that is it's a lifestyle. So your relationship with God has to be a lifestyle. Like it has to be deep, and you have to actually fear God, not just fear God, have reverence for him. Because in a relationship with God, there is everything you need. There is the faithfulness part, there is the honesty part, there is the communication part. Basically everything you need, you get. Like when a man is subject to God's leadership, he would have no problem in leading you the right way. So yeah, I feel like having an active relationship with God is number one. I like someone that can communicate, because me, I'm someone that I kind of internalize things a lot. So it's very important that I'm with someone that wants to talk, like not just talk like gossip, but just like communicates and plans and stuff like that. And also he has to be someone that can laugh, that you can like continually humor me. I genuinely want someone that can make me laugh. Like I enjoy laughing a lot, like you guys know already. That's like my hobby. If you can cook is a plus, because you already know that you're good. Hardworking. He actually has to have like a love, not just a love, like a love for family, like a love for people. You must love your family, because the way a guy would treat you the way he would treat his family and his mother and his sisters. So yeah. Onyechi asks, how do you deal with comparison, especially on YouTube? Girl, I still compared myself to others yesterday. I think it's more of a human thing. What I try to do, apart from the fact that the Bible says, like, he that compareth himself to another is a fool. You get the comparison I do is not me beating myself or me self-loathing or stuff like that. It's more of looking at where they are and how I can improve myself. It's like I'm using them as a research audience. You get, like, I'm looking like, okay, I like what this person is doing. How can I take from that person's whatever they're doing to make my own case better? You get. So I feel like that's my own comparison. And if you feel like it's affecting you negatively, I would say just focus on your focus. Be your own competition and do what you can to make yourself better without necessarily looking onto others. Onyechi also asked, how do you encourage yourself to keep going on days you just can't find the strength to? Apart from like trying to do my self-care, like do things that make me happy, I genuinely just think about the main reason why I'm doing this. Another thing I do is that comparison thing, but in a positive light. I go on YouTube or on Instagram and look at what my peers are doing and see that life waits for no man. Oh. So if I continue to sit down here and beat myself up, nothing is going to happen. My industry is going to keep going forward. Everybody's going to keep moving forward. And like, sit down and cry your eyes out from now till next year, nothing is going to change, and the industry is not going to pause for you or your feelings. Once I'm done dwelling in that, I remember the reasons why I started whatever I'm doing in the first place. It is my YouTube that was stressing me out. I remember the reasons why I started, like Ginger, or how I remember like how you guys enjoy my content, and I just, you know, keep it pushing. Have you ever been rejected by someone? Bro, you have no idea. Of course, plenty. Say, describe your perfect date. I'm not hard to please at all. I don't know what my perfect date would be. Just spending good time with the person I want to be with is perfect enough for me. But it has to be something thoughtful. Don't just do anyhow. But whatever it is, must involve food. Don't call me if you don't have food, please. Would you ever do a hangout for your subscribers? Maybe when I reach 50k subscribers or 100k subscribers. Why not? If you're dating someone and the person doesn't believe in sexual purity, what do you do? The fact that you guys are already dating, these kind of topics, they have to have been spoken about when you guys were just getting to know each other, even before you agreed to date each other. It has to be something you guys have genuinely sat down and talked about and know that you guys are compatible. You have to have discussed this in-depthly, if there's any word like that. You have to have had that discussion, an in-depth discussion about it before going into a relationship. And if, for example, that happened quickly and you guys are already in a relationship, you have to make sure that you're on the same page, because it's almost like putting a basket by the tap and expecting it to get filled up. It's just going to be wasted effort, because there's no point. It's just like one person believes there's a God and the other person does not believe there's a God, and you guys are dating. There's such a conflict of interest. So I would advise that you guys discuss it. If he doesn't believe in the sexual purity, then maybe you guys need to call it quits, because no matter how bad, it's just like putting a rotten egg amongst a crate of egg that is still good. Last that egg will infect the other person, and it's always the negative aspect. There's no good egg can infect the bad egg to become a good egg. As simple as that. After a while, the pressure will get to you and you might probably give in eventually. So if you know that that's what you want, you're set on your belief, and I feel like you guys should discuss it. And if it's not working, you might have to call it quits. This is by my friend Moyo. After coming out in your video about your medical status, do your clients or people treat you differently? Not really, actually. So I've not been treated any different. Maybe amongst my friends now, they understand why I'm not so eager to do some things, or why I'm probably like not posting often, why I'm not at events, maybe some events, and they probably understand and they check up on me more often, like, how far, I've not seen your post, are you okay? But before then, they'll probably think I'm just taking a break. And if after like a week or two, if people don't see me post, they most likely reach out to me and ask if I'm fine. So that's probably it. I feel like a lot of people just care a bit more, they understand better than before. So that's just it. My clients, not really. I've actually not even had any clients that we discussed it. They probably just know now, and that's it. Gift Oswagu, I hope I'm pronouncing it right, sorry. She asked, would you marry Korede if he proposes, or is he younger? Lol, would I marry Korede if he proposes? I don't know. Is he younger? Yes, he is. So that's basic. I'm just going to keep it straight. My friend is asking again, what are you most scared of not achieving about life itself? I said it before, like, I am very, very particular. Like, I literally do not have, I said it in my sister tag that I did with my sister. There's no option. It's either up or up for me. Coming from the kind of family I have been from, I am extremely paranoid about not being successful. I genuinely work and push so hard just for that. Like, I cannot afford to not be successful or achieve my dreams, or achieve my dreams, and in every form that's like in my business, in my health, in my finances, and in my marriage. Like, it's very paramount that I am successful in like every front of my life, every sphere of my life, you get. So have you ever had a heartbreak? Yes, I have, obviously. Queen Zima is asking, how do you deal with pressure of attaining success at all costs, especially from the large family? The thing is, my family is actually not putting any pressure on me to be successful. It's more of like a self-imposed pressure, because when you see the factors around you, you are in your mind, you're like, nah, I don't want to end up like this, or I want to definitely do better so that I won't be in this kind of circumstance again. Since I put it on myself, I know that nobody's giving me an ultimatum or anything. The times when I have failed or the times when I've fallen off, I pick myself up again and I keep it moving. Just know that there's no time frame for it, you get. Just do the one you can and yeah, keep it moving. Falagram says, how do you stop comparing yourself to other when creating content or doing makeup? I've kind of answered a bit on this. I see comparison more like a motivation for me. I'm not looking at myself like, look at what others are doing, oh my god, I'm so horrible kind of thing. If that is how you're feeling, then you need to work on yourself. You need to work on your art. You need to work on your, just ginger yourself basically. Every time I compare myself, is most likely like I like what that person is doing and I really want to try it, or I feel like there's nothing stopping me. I'm probably the one standing a stumbling block on my own path. So I'm like, okay, if this person can do it, you can, so what's stopping you? That's how I feel when it comes to comparison, you get. So if it's about creating content, what is stopping you really? When you look at that person and you are done comparing yourself and then you're stuck with that guilt, you stand up and create whatever content you want to create. When it comes to makeup, if you feel like that person is killing it, then work on your art, go to school, like go take classes, do whatever you need to do. Rejoice says, story time from secondary school days. I've actually given you guys the most hilarious story time from my secondary school days in my get to know me video, and that's like almost 4 years ago. So I'm going to link it up here. If you guys want to know what happened in my secondary school, go and watch it. Rokibad says, were you raised by just your mom? How come your dad is in the picture now? You guys are so freaking nosy. Okay, yeah, let me answer your question. Yes, I was raised by just my mom. I have no memory of him when I was younger, except when he used to come to my mom's house to visit, and that was like once in maybe like 3 years. My dad is in the picture now because I'm living with him now. When Momsy passed, actually I started living with him like few months before Momsy passed. Yeah. I live with my dad now, and I grew up with my mom until my mom died when I was 14. So I've been living with my dad since I was 14. My friend Lynn Jaffet asks, what is your advice for young women that insist on marrying into a polygamous setting? What, with your experience as a child from that union? You mean some people are insisting to marry into a polygamous family? Wait, do you mean like the guy is from a polygamous family, or the guy go a polygamist? Hey, in this age and time, abort mission. Don't even try it. Like, I was speaking with Korede day before yesterday. He's also from a polygamous family, and when we're all just talking about the dynamics and how it has affected our lives and childhood and the trauma around it, it's not advisable for anybody. Be you a woman, be you a man, whatever it is. In fact, I told him, I'm like, I don't even think I want to marry someone from that kind of home, because if not for the grace of God, that person is a tad bit damaged, and that is the plain truth. They might tell you I'm complete. It's a lie. It's a bloody lie. There's no how. See, apart from the experience, the craziness that is involved in the rowdiness, like, it's just the spiritual war is constant. I feel like that's a whole new video on its own, to be honest. I might just do a video and find someone else that is from a polygamous family and to come and talk about it, because if a young woman, you're insisting on getting married to a man that has more than one wife, or that has a plan to get married to more than one wife, I feel like you need to get yourself checked properly, like mentally, because you're putting your children at risk, you're putting your life at risk, the whole experience as a whole. It damages the woman, it damages the children. Like, there's just a lot involved. The underlining effects and the underg's that you guys know what I'm talking about, the deep things. Please don't even try it, for the sake of your unborn children and your grandchildren. Don't just run. In fact, Jackie say, meaning let your heels be touching your skull when you are running. Is it Giroan or Jeroan? No vex, please. She says, when was the one time you felt God was not listening to you? It's very funny, because I've actually had those kind of feelings very often. A part of me knows that God is always listening and God always hears me. It might take forever, I might want that thing done instantly, but obviously God's ways are not our ways. I have learned that no matter how bad I'm feeling, God's will forever be done, number one. And God is also a very caring father and he will not watch me suffer. Those two things just make me feel like, yes, I feel like God is not listening, but at the same time I know that God is listening and he sees and hears everything. The same person asks, what would you want to do if you didn't do YouTube or makeup? To be honest, I feel like I have the passion for pictures and videos and stuff, so I feel like if I'm not into YouTube or makeup, I'll probably be a photographer. To be honest, I'll definitely be a creative, because office work is definitely not my calling. I'll probably be a photographer or a videographer, like all those people that make like maybe wedding videos, music videos, stuff like that. Carissa says, how don't you even get shy on camera? You know what's funny? If you go back to like the beginning of my channel and you check the first video I sat in front of the camera, it's almost as if I've done this thing before in my past life. You know, like some people when they start their channel, they're always looking at the viewfinder, or they're like looking at themselves in the camera and talking to like themselves. I immediately knew to look straight into the lens. I don't know, I guess I just feel like I'm talking to you guys physically, and also like in my mind I feel like I can kind of hear the aftermath of you people's comments. Like I feel like I can already imagine what your comments will be when I'm recording that video, and how you guys will probably laugh. If it's something serious, you guys will drop your opinion and stuff. So it gives me ginger. Like the end goal is like my ginger, and I don't feel shy. What are you feeling shy about? You are literally talking to yourself and looking into the camera. So what is making you shy? Even when people are there, like when my sister is having like clients and everybody is staring at me, I still look at my camera and I do what I have to do. Why am I shy for? Come on, what shall I shy? Esther Labari says, hi Okpe, how do you cope with being or feeling stuck in life? That is somewhere I have been several times. A part of me wallows in it for a while. I just sit and I'm just like, oh my god, nothing is working. At the same time, I also reach out to other people, maybe like people that I know that were in the same field, or people that I know that have a better knowledge of whatever I'm feeling. Basically get ginger. Like now, yesterday I was feeling somehow about my YouTube channel and the growth and how it felt like it was taking time. So I spoke to one of my friends. She's a YouTuber and she's doing pretty well, like very well, and her content quality is amazing. That's Kelechi. I'm talking about Kelechi. I messaged her and we spoke for like almost 3 hours. Like she was giving me like ideas. In fact, see, this is my jotter. I jotted down a lot of stuff. So I feel like if you just keep to yourself, you will not make headway when it comes to those kind of things. You just keep feeling like stuck. After I like jot down how I'm feeling, I address it. What way is it? I cannot just sit down feeling stuck. What is the way forward? Once you start looking at your way forward, you get your answers. So next thing is, are you going to change your hair color again? Definitely. Like in fact, I plan on doing every single color on the color spectrum, so you guys should just be ready. Jemina says, if not for makeup and photography, what's that other thing you have passion for? I have already said it. If it's not photography, it will be videography. I definitely wanted to be a photographer. I think there's still photography in my future, to be honest. Photography, videography, editing, things like that. Faith Bab says, can you date Korede? Love you and be safe. Can I date Korede? Why not? I don't know. You should leave me, I beg. Sparkle Woman, gosh, Sparkle Woman is the person that gave me this bracelet. She sells amazing jewelries, like little jewelries, and they're so cute and they're very affordable. So Sparkle Woman says, when are you sending us invite for Korokpe 2021 or Okpe Bello? Okpe Bello, come. You are not focused. You would need to place your focus in the right direction. Yetima says, why are you not attending white garment church since your dad is having one? Okay, what she means is like my dad is actually like is he Olisho, they call it, yes, Olisho pastor, whatever you even want to call it. He has his own select church, let's just see that way. So you're asking why am I not attending a white garment church? I just feel like I've moved on. That's just the plain truth. I feel like there's a point you get to as a Christian that you really need to sit in a gathering of people where the word is being shared and it's not just about dance, talk, party. That's literally the core value of a select church. Well, at least majority of them. There are some nowadays that I'm seeing on social media and it's like fire and stuff, but then the doctrines, I'm tired of it. I don't really have time. There's less cumbersome way of reaching God and talking to God and all those things. You get, see, I beg, I'm over it. I don't have anything against it. I still go to his church at least once in a while, but yeah. Fi Agbaje says, when is Korede recording your YouTube intro song? He says after coronavirus. He's been using coronavirus lockdown as excuse, just leaving. Rejoice says, what are your convictions on sex before marriage? You guys know where I stand. Celibacy all the way, abstinence all the way. And my conviction stands with what the Bible says. Sex before marriage is fornication. Fornication is sin against God. So abstinence, celibacy, that's my stance. What keeps you going? God, the quest and the thirst and the hunger for being successful. That's just it. That question is from Darasini, by the way. The next thing is, can you describe your story time about the guy you met on the road? Definitely. I'm actually recording it today, so you guys will hear the story time. The Sunflower says, what advice do you have for youth struggling with finding purpose, finding their purpose. Me, if I even found my purpose, I don't know. How did I find my purpose? I still don't know, to be honest with you. I feel like you might need to sit at God's feet for the answer. You need to maybe read books about finding purpose. I think I know that Miles Monroe has one book that has to do with purpose. They actually made us read it one time in Covenant University. I can't really remember the name, but I know it has to do with something about purpose. So I'm sure by the time you read, there are other people that have better knowledge about this. To be honest, I can't really say much about what I don't know. I think that reading and like listening to like people that have insights on that kind of topic would help. I don't know. Lola's Glow says, what can I do to take my business as a makeup artist to the next level? Create, practice till you can practice no more. That's just the truth. In the last 2 years, I have seen the rise of a lot of amazing makeup artists. Like, it's as if they just came from nowhere, and it's as a result of the fact that these people kept on practicing. Practice, create looks, collab with other vendors, create amazing looks, collab with photographers. Just keep practicing, put your work out there, tag as many people as you can. Not me, tag brands, and the brands you are using, tag all those people that used to repost. Just keep at it, use your hashtags. It's just consistency. That's just the answer. Mayokun Heoshe of Lagos. Mayokun says, skincare routine, please. I'm the wrongest person to ask for that. If you need anything skincare or skin, I think you should go to I Am Dodo's. If you go to Dodo's, go to La Sisi. That's Comfort Udofia on YouTube. Who else is all this skin person? I think Brega too. I'm not the skin person. In fact, my skin right now is makeup that is helping the life. It's not really popping. So one thing I've learned is if I don't have an idea about something, I will tell you I don't. So I'm not a skincare routine person. I just happen to have great skin, and I think that's thanks to my mother and my father. So Tantolua says, how do you get so much decent looking stuff from AliExpress? I'm actually going to record. I know I've been saying I will, but then it's because of this lockdown. I actually got this shirt from AliExpress. I feel like I have experience in it. Let's just put it that way. If I've ordered maybe 500 things on AliExpress, maybe I've only had 4 or 5 things that are horrible. The thing about AliExpress is gamble. Number one, you have to look at feedbacks. You have to study the seller, check for alternatives. See, I'm going to create a video about that on separately. Don't worry. I will see. So this question is by Tokumbo, one of my faves, and he said, who motivates you? Number one, who is your crush? And we are not asking Idris Elba. Okay, so let's start. Who motivates you? It's more like what motivates me, not who. Like I've said, it's the quest and hunger for success motivates me. I don't really think there's anybody that motivates me. Okay, maybe my sisters. Like I really want to. I know they can by themselves, but it would be nice if I can give my sister like treats. Like maybe just tell them, pack your bag, let's go for a holiday, things like that. Like I would genuinely want to do that. Apart from them being successful on their own, I don't want them to have any monetary need and stuff like that. I would really genuinely want to give my nieces, my nephews like a better life. I would want them to enjoy and have that rich auntie, you know. So yeah. Who is your crush? And we're not talking about Idris Elba. Who is my crush? I've told you guys, I used to crush on a lot of people. Like I genuinely crushed on someone for 7 years, but then that's over now. Who is my crush really? It's not like I have like a particular person I'm crushing on. It's just like a bunch of people. Like I just like your smile, I like the way you talk, things like that. But right now I'm really feeling Kunle Remi, and I'm feeling Tokumbo. Don't mind me, na bands. So. But yeah, if I'm Masha, moving on. Tokumbo again asked, what does self-care look like for you? I always do these things, self-care Fridays. I even influence my friends to start doing it too. So my self-care Fridays, after I upload my YouTube video from like 7 o'clock before this lockdown, I would get something to eat and I would watch a movie, probably Netflix, and chill, just enjoy my life basically. But then since this lockdown, my self-care has been 24/7, so I've just been Netflixing and chilling. I've just been enjoying my life basically. So my self-care is just, it involves food and Netflix. That's just, put it that way. Rejoice says, would you be okay if you were in an open marriage? God forbid such in my life, in Jesus' name. If you don't know what open marriage is, Google it. It's not me. It's not my portion. Next question is by Iconic Glam. Your last relationship was when and what happened? Hey, if I give you this information now, how will it make anything better? Hey God, you will not kill me. Okay, so my last relationship was actually 2012, September 20 something. I remember it's the ending of September because I newly resumed for 300 level, and I was in a long distance relationship, and it was just ranting. Well, it just ended, no. I think the way it ended was actually pure cruise, because it was like, if you cut this phone, that's the end of our relationship, and the phone cut, and I promise you I was not the one that cut the call, and that was it. The relationship just ended, no. God. It was, I swear, that has been my last relationship since 2012. So 8 years ago. I've been single for 8 years, guys. It's not beans. Will you say CU shaped your spirituality? Definitely. In fact, I don't think I can say anything about my spirituality without adding CU to it. CU was like the crux, like the origin of the whole spirituality and the whole life I'm living right now. So that's just it. That question is by Kinky Manabel. She also said, at what age was your worst heartbreak? You know what's funny? The worst heartbreaks I've had in my life actually came from people that I was not dating. The relationships I've been in, when it ended, it was just a few tears here and there, and that was it. But like the proper heartbreak that I felt like my chest was going to burst, it came from people that I was not dating, maybe people I liked and stuff like that. What age was it? I can't really say, to be honest. I can't really say this is the age. It's just like over time. It might be whatever I'm feeling that time. I felt like it felt like the worst. So Ife Oluwa says, what kind of man would you love to be married to? I've already said my qualities in a man: a loving man, a caring man, a loving man. Let's just say that way. And when I mean loving, I mean encompassing like God's love for people, love for his job, love for his family, love for God, love for me, his wife. You get an all-round loving person, a kind person. My friend Moyo says, what am I always saying my friend, as if no, but the right people, they are my enemies. Moyo says, the idea, what is this that you people are looking for? Do you have man for me? Everybody's God question is just man. The ideal values you want in a man aside the physical. I've said it. I want someone that is extremely God-fearing. Not just God-fearing, like God-fearing is like a cliche term. I want him to actually like fear and reverence God. Like you must acknowledge God in everything you do. It has to be like the underlining factor of everything you do in your whole life. God has to be like number one. Apart from that, I want someone that is from a loving family, like a close-knit family. I've already said, like, I never had that mommy daddy kind of setting when I was growing up, and it would be nice if I have someone from that kind of setting so that the person can be like a roadmap or like a role model for what we want our family to be like. I want an intimate family, so it would be nice if the person is from like a close-knit family where every member of the family's opinion matters and stuff like that. I want someone that is outspoken but at the same time gentle. I want someone that values my opinion and sees me as an equal. I don't have time for like patriarchy and patriarchal man. How did they pronounce that word? Like, there's no patriarchy in my house. Don't even try it. All these people that are like a woman's place is in the kitchen and in the other room, you're a fool. So if you're thinking like that, me and you, we can't. In fact, our first conversation, I will have smelt it from a far away distance. A man that is easily intimidated cannot stand beside me, because if it's one thing I know my work, and I know my God, and I know what I want to achieve. And if you're not on the same page with my vision and my purpose, don't even bother yourself, because what are you saying? A man that is sound upstairs. Marachi Ibe says, do you think you can do some videos shedding light on polygamous family and the effect? You guys seem to be interested in that too. If it's that one I have experience very well, I will create another video on that. For large signature just said, how many exes? How many exes what? Hey God, how many exes? I've only had 3 exes in my whole existence of dating as a full-grown woman like this. Do you have a boyfriend? No, I've said that 1,000,000 times. I don't know why people keep asking me. Like, Rejoice says, what's your favorite movie? Go and watch my sister tag. I said it there. I'm going to link it again so that you guys can see. If you were to wear one color of lipstick forever, what would it be and brand? I can't really tell you the brand because I have a bunch of favorites, but it definitely won't be a lipstick. It'll probably be lip gloss, because lipsticks are like very dry. Even this one on my mouth, I'm already bored of it. If you would change one thing in the world, what would it be? If it's not right now, I would change coronavirus and all its effects, like the effects on people's lives, the effects on people's income, the effects on the economy of the world, things like that. I'll probably change that. But if it's like overall, I can do it and no one will get sick in the world again, that would be nice. Dara Simi says, do you believe tinting or dyeing your hair is a sin? No, I don't believe such. It's not written anywhere in my Bible. I've never even heard it before. Anybody that says that to you is just lying. Rejoice says, top 3 countries you love to vacay in. Definitely Bali, Indonesia. Like, I definitely want to go to Bali in my lifetime. I want to go to, it's a tie between Hong Kong and Tokyo. I also want to go to Maldives. Yemi says, are you still single? If yes, how has it been? Do you get pressured by family members about marriage? I am single, yes, very much so. How has it been? To be honest, it's been higgy haga. Let's just put it that way. Today I'm fine and okay with it. Tomorrow I'm lonely as hell. So it's like, it's here and there. Let's just put it that way. Do you get pressured by family? Definitely, but the pressure is almost, it's not like the pressure some people that other people go through, and it's like maybe insults and stuff like that, you know. My dad just says it in passing, like in his mind he's definitely tired of being our burden. He wants us to become another man's cup of tea. I'm not pressured like, go and get married, I give you 1 year, I give you 6 months kind of thing. They just say it like, oh, where is your man, go and get married kind of thing, but it's not like negatively or stuff like that. Do you have a crush on someone? Anyone? Do I actually? Maybe I can't think. To be honest, no, I don't have a crush like an active crush on someone someone that I'm looking at them every day. Nah. A Q&A video with Rotimi. There's Corona outside. Corona is outside. I'm stuffing ya Corona is outside.
Stay indoor. Corona is outside. Oh, down.
Worship or praise songs? Both, but if I have to choose, definitely worship songs. Are you in a relationship? God, I want to be nosy. I am not in a relationship. I've said it 10,000 times. How do you deal with your low times? I feel like I've already answered that. I wallow in it for a bit, and after that I keep it moving. I watch a movie. Most times I used to watch Jennifer, but now I just Netflix and chill. I'm definitely very much into like Korean dramas right now, so I'm watching a lot of Korean dramas right now, and they are hilarious to me. They're so mushy and nice. I do like a self-care routine. Basically, I take care of myself, and then I move on, think about ways to make whatever I'm feeling better, and that's it. Chioma says, hi Okpe, how did you get into CU and what was the experience like? To be honest, I can't tell you this is how I got into CU. I know I wrote entrance exam for 2 universities. I wrote for Leeds City and Covenant University, and I got picked by both. But then my sister attends winners then with her husband, and she was very much pro Covenant University, so I just chose it. And what was the experience like? I feel like it was life-changing. It was a life-changing experience. I feel like I don't even remember what my life was before Covenant University. I can't remember what my spiritual life was before Covenant University. Well, I think I was just a Christian, but then Covenant University was the landmark, pun intended, was a landmark of like my whole life right now. I would definitely 100% recommend it. I see like a lot of things have changed now. Now they're a bit more lenient. When I was in Covenant University, man, it was a madness. There was no time for bullshit. When is the wedding? Korede and Okpe. Maybe my future husband's name is Korede, because if it's, I don't know what people are looking at. Which wedding? Did I announce that me and Korede were dating? You people are just somehow. If there were no consequences for a day, what illegal thing would you do? I read these questions yesterday, and the first thing that came to my mind was I would gain access to every embassy I can imagine and give myself and my sister's visas to as many countries as possible. In fact, visas and permanent residency if I can. That's what I'm going to do. Straight up, as in I won't even think about it. Miss Funke says, what are the key things one needs to start a YouTube channel, e.g. laptop, camera? You've already said this now. See, if you're looking for ideas about YouTube and all those things, Kelechi is your girl. I'm really not in the place to say that kind of techie things, but like you said, camera or phone, then laptop and lights, good lighting or natural light, and obviously an editing software. Miss Funke says again, what made you start making YouTube videos? I think I've said it several times in like my videos. I said it in my get to know me video. I've tagged it already in this video. There was no particular thing. I've been wanting to do it for like years, and one day I just decided to do it. If you check my first YouTube video, you see that it was like an impromptu thing. I just wanted to create look on a model, and then I just brought out my tripod and I started filming, and that was it. Sammy08 says, how do one make a godly dating relationship with a boyfriend? I guess I'm saying, how do you have a godly dating relationship? The first thing is to be sure that both of you are equally yoked. Equally yoked means you guys are on the same page spiritually, because if you go and pick like a bad boy now, like the bad boy in the worldly term, you get, and then you want to make him a godly boyfriend, it's not going to work. It's like taking a fish and putting the fish on land and expecting it to survive. It cannot work. So you have to make sure that you guys have the same values. You guys have the same Christian values, not just values like human values, like Christian values. You guys must believe in the same thing before that can happen. That's just the plain truth. The person that you're trying to be with is also a godly person, because can two work together except they agree? Next question is from you people's Zaddy. Korede, as a nonsense person as he is, he said, why are you so stubborn? That's his question. Why am I so stubborn? Is that such an irony, because he's even way more stubborn. I don't have your time. Not you human beings. My sister Bimbo asks, how do you deal with negativity both online and among friends and family? Online negativity, all I do is I have time, and I have time to like answer that person. I will actually like first of all give you a dose of your own medicine and then block immediately. Like I don't even think twice about it. I use my block button very often. In fact, if you are insulting someone else and I come across it, I will block you just in case your madness wants to reach my side. So that's that for people I don't know. Amongst friends and family, if it's someone I can give a piece of my mind, I will. I might internalize it for like a long while and I'll not see anything, but the day I finally talk, in fact, you'll be like, oh my god, Okpe, are you a witch? That's the kind of person I am. Like I will not see anything for a while, but then the day I'm going to talk, you will say you will shook. I'm someone that people's words actually like affects me, so I try my best to just not bring bad vibes to where I am. If I don't have a choice and bad vibes comes to me, if it's the one I can block, I'll block it. If it's the one where I have no choice, then I don't know, I'll just let that person know, or I'll just internalize it like like that and keep it until the day that person's cup is gonna full, then I'm gonna talk. I don't really deal with it. Has there been any time you got tired of what you're doing and have this thought of I need to diversify or do more things? This is questions by Omodara Makeovers. Yes, definitely. Like, I get that thought like almost every time. I was still even talking to one of my friends, she's an actress, and I told her, I'm like, I feel like I'm not doing enough. Like, I feel like, in fact, I feel like I'm on the wrong career, like at least almost once every month. I'm like, I'm not sure I'm doing the right thing with my life. It's crazy. I think it's called the Imposter Syndrome, when you feel like you're not good enough for what you're doing, things like that. I get that very often, but I also let the passion for what I love, I let it override that kind of feeling. So I know I love makeup very much. I know I love teaching makeup. I love YouTube. I love filming for you guys. I love the result of me filming and doing all these kind of things. I let that aftermath of what I love, I let it overshadow the doubts I have in my mind. I Am Loba says, what were the challenges you had when you first started your YouTube channel? The problem I had first was, I think it was more like noise, electricity issue. Like, if I tell you now that I have been chilling for like 2 hours for them to bring the lights because I'm filming at home, it's insane. Yeah, I had electricity issues, I had noise issues, internet was such a struggle. Before my new Wi-Fi I'm using now, it used to take me like hours to upload one video. Then I had issues with copywriting, like music wise. I think that's about it. It's just things I learned on the job basically. I've told you that if you guys are like starting a new channel, I think Kelechi in Bemina's channel is something that it's a channel that can really help you put everything together. Like, there was no, to be honest, there was not any one channel that had that kind of much information about starting up on YouTube and everything when I started. How have you been able to stay consistent in your spiritual life, and how did your faith journey start? I've not really been that consistent, let me not lie to you guys, because I'll be an hypocrite to come and tell you like, oh, I've been praying and fasting every day, I've been doing this, and nah. To be honest, I don't even think I've picked up my Bible in such a long time. Yes, I do read like one verse every day that my app suggests to me, but then that's about it. I've struggled with just keeping up with my devotional time and my fellowship time with God. So, like I said earlier, like, you need to understand that God is a merciful God, and whenever you're ready to come back to him, is there. And also, you need to not see it as a chore. I already like said a lot of stuff in my video on how to build a relationship with God. I'm going to link it up here so that you guys can watch it. If you watch it, it has the answers to all this thing like spiritual life. I actually have 2 videos. The first one is how to build a relationship with God, and the second one was my chit chat get ready with me Q&A that I did earlier. I think that's the single at 31. I'm going to link both of them so that you guys can please watch it. It has all the answers you need to all this spirituality and God and all those things. What has been your longest relationship and how did it end? My longest relationship was actually 1 year 7 months. That was my second boyfriend ever. It just did not work well. He pushed me inside gutter and we fought, and that was it. So you guys, I've had really weird, let's just leave this at that before we go and watch my YouTube. But yeah, we had a fight. It was drunk, and it was January 1st actually. We just crossed over into the new year. It was January 1st 2010. We were having an argument and it was high, and I was like, I'm not going to talk to you, you're drunk. He was like, if you leave, I'm going to this is over. I don't know why they always threaten, like, if you leave, if you call, it's over. This kind of stupid threats, like, what are you talking to a child? I was like, I'm not going to have this discussion. And I was like, if you leave, it's over. Then Bimbo now came to me. I was like, okay, we need to go. Like, crossover service is done. And I think we're about to go to the club that time. That was still when I used to club. It was shy yarning balls. Like, if you go, and I'm just like, my family is leaving. Should I now sit down here because you are drunk and you want to talk? It was just like whatever. And he pushed me inside the gutter. That was it. I left and I never said anything to him. He begged. And I was just like, nah. Domestic violence is one thing I will never tolerate. So count me out of that bullshit. Korede Bello says, where can I learn to be funny like you? Wow. I think you have to go and ask Basket Mouth, so we do masterclass. Mine is sort of inborn, to be honest. I don't even know how I'm hilarious sometimes. I don't know I'm hilarious. It's just the way I talk that you people find funny, and a lot of my friends find it funny too. I don't know. It's not my fault. It's inbuilt. Ask God to give you a sense of humor. Miss Olojuede asks, Sisi, can you be my friend like BFF? What is your take on internet dating, meeting someone online? Can we be friends? We can be friends. BFF, I don't know about that. What's my take on meeting and dating someone online? I have a love-hate relationship with it, in the sense that I have seen other people say, oh, we met on Facebook, we met on Twitter, we met on Instagram, and it has worked well for them, and they're like cute people, they're in nice marriages. That's nice. But I've also seen the other part of it. Like, I've seen the ones that they meet the guy and it's a 419, it's a Yahoo boy, it's a ritual killer, killer. You get, so it's crazy. You can't really tell who is who. So I feel like in this kind of sense, the Holy Spirit has to be your discerner. Like you have to have the spirit of discernment. It's different from when you meet online and then you meet physically and then you guys take it from there. Not that you be dating Catfish and then you tell you, oh, we've been dating since. The next thing you see his picture of him and his fiancée on their introduction day. I can't shout though. FD Glam says, my question is, how did you manage to stay consistent despite all you went through? It's the same thing. It's like the same answer to like, what is your motivation? I stayed consistent because I did not want to go hungry, and I know that I don't have a choice. This life, nobody gives you anything. Even if I remember, like a lot of people be like, oh, Omo Baba, like father is rich, this, and I'm just like, okay, cool. Did he tell you that he's giving me 1 million per month? I need to break out of that traditional way of thinking and all those things, and I know that the only way I can is just to be successful in life. I don't have any other option. That's my consistent reason. When did you decide to cut off friends that weren't supportive? The day I discovered that they weren't supportive. That's just the plain answer. See, I've discussed it in depth in 2019 review, 2019 recap video. I have linked it in this video. The moment you notice that a friendship is not yielding anything, and I'm not talking about like you being entitled and expecting your friends to be at your beck and call. No, that's different. But then if your friends are genuinely not supportive of you, your business, your dreams, then why are they your friends really? Like, I feel like that's just a waste. I'm not the one to gather people just in the name of friendship. No, I'd rather have like a very few that are like great people in my life. I have had relationships that have been consistent over the years and they're like great people in my life. That's all I need. I don't need to pack all the friend in the world in the name of looking for future bridesmaid or all this kind of stupid things. Nobody has time for that. Royin says, your most embarrassing moment. I actually spoke about my most embarrassing moment in my get to know me video. You guys should watch that. What's your history with Korede Bello? We want to know. That question is by Nugwa. I don't understand. If you watch that video of Korede and I, you should be able to understand what our history is. I don't know why you're asking me this kind of question again. Next question again. What is the chemistry between you and Korede Bello? I don't understand. Which chemistry? It's not the chemistry, it's biology. People will see very soon. Shirley Spice says, is there a YouTuber group or meeting place where all where all Lagos YouTubers meet? I'm new and I would like to know. No, sis, nothing like that exists, unfortunately. We don't have a place that we meet. We have a group, but it's a group of like certain set of people. It's not like a public group or anything. So yeah, so let's just say there's no group, there's no meeting place either. This isn't really a question. Please, can you do a video on your skincare routine? Your skin looks fresh and healthy. Help a sister out. I have said it a million times. The freshness and healthiness that you people are saying, if there's anything like that, is hereditary. It's not because I do anything spectacular to my skin. I already referred you guys to people that do major skincare. I'm not one of those people, unfortunately. When did you start a YouTube channel? Okay, so I started September 2017. Olanike says, are you in love with Korede Bello? Like, if he finally asks you out, what will be your reaction? Is he your type of guy? Only you're asking like 15 questions in one. Why are you people so curious about this Korede? The same way you people hounded me 100 times about Sorotimi. It's like every guy I bring on this channel now, there must be like torture after that. I'll stop bringing men to this channel. There's nothing going on between me and Korede. I've told you guys we're just friends. Like, I've known Korede since he was a teenager, so I don't know what you guys are really like looking for. Tell us about your escapades in Covenant University if you had any. I didn't have any. Nothing. Maybe I jumped exits, day exits like one time. There's no escapades anyway. Next question is from Toyosi Light, and she's asking, when did you start your YouTube channel? I've answered that. Were there rough times where you nearly gave up? Definitely. What kept you going? The passion and you guys. What are your favorite YouTube video and thumbnail editing apps? So I edit on my laptop and I edit using Final Cut Pro software. I edit my thumbnail with Canva and Photoshop. I had rough times a lot trying to keep up, trying to edit, trying to upload it live. Like now today I have been filming since 1 p.m. and this is to 6 and they've taken the lights so many times. Like, it's been really frustrating. So if you're someone that you can't have access to like generator, is extremely frustrating. If I was in my studio, I can buy fuel into my gen, but then the gen at home is like pretty big. The fueling it is just going to be insane. Yemi says, how have you been surviving this period? Are you allowed to work from home or you're not? And at the alerts entering, how have I been surviving this period? Actually, apart from the paranoia that comes with this whole epidemic stuff, I've been pretty okay. I've been in my room, not really going out, except if I need to go to the supermarket or ATM. That's about it. Are you allowed to work from home? My personal work, yes, that's YouTube and editing. Apart from that, my office work is civil service and there's really nothing you want to do from home. Not really. I've just been chilling and Netflixing. At the alerts entering, not really, to be honest. Yemi also asked that, aside Bimbo, say 2 things about your other siblings. I have quite a number of siblings, so me saying 2 things cannot really cover it, seeing as I have like over 10 siblings. Let's just say fun, nurturing. This is just like a blanket term for all of them. I don't really know what to say. Resourceful. So the last but not the least, the Fisayo, my girl, she says, how old are you? I'm going to be 30 in November, so I'm 29 plus. Who was your first boyfriend? If I tell you the person, will you know the person? Is it now who? Oh Lord, I can't deal. Obviously I can't say his name on camera. How old were you when you said dating him? How old was I when I said dating this boy? I was definitely in secondary school stroke. I was doing my IFY, that's like International Foundation year. So it was between ending of 16 to 18. I think we broke up when I was 18, yeah. So it was 16, 18. I don't advise it, guys. What are your goals and aspirations? Really, I feel like my goals and aspiration is literally to be financially independent, financially comfortable, to be able to impact lives just by people watching my content. I want to be able to create content from around the world, things that people take for granted, things that would naturally not mean anything. I want to be able to use those things to make other people happy. I definitely want to have one of the biggest makeup studios. I am still very much like a makeup artist at heart. Like, that's my passion. Sometimes I think, I'm like, do I really want to do this makeup artistry thing, or I should just focus on content creating full time? But I can't imagine myself not doing people's makeup. Like, I just can't. I can't. So yeah, definitely I want to probably own my own brand someday. I want to have a photography studio. I want to have makeup school, photography school. Like, it's just the whole mogul, like beauty business mogul, or business beauty mogul, whatever. That's encompassing thing. That's what I have in mind, by God's grace. Unto him that is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all I can ask or think or imagine or aspire. That's Bimbo's voice, guys. What now? Who is that? Bimbo! Are you aware that I'm filming? You are just making noise.
Ewo. Ó wá ń bú mi. Ipe ohùn mi ti loud. Ẹ̀yin kọ́ ni mo bá.
Hey Joy, get out.
Get out. Orí ẹ̀. Gbogbo ẹ̀ náà ló kò fi sínú fídíò pé mo sọ pé you are a nincompoop. Mo fẹ́ sáré lọ rí Ṣadé wá.
Bimbola, close the door. Do you think I have the time that you are? Mamuna Lonsi. Do you know I've been filming for 6 hours? Close the door, Joe.
So your shirt is not saying the same thing. I'm not angry.
Leave this place. So the last question is still by Fisayo. She says, what is that one thing you want to do before you die? Hey God, I don't know. It's not just one thing. I want to do a lot of things before I die, by God's grace. What now? No. I said no, Bimbo. What? Go filami, go wait in raw. Just close the door. I definitely want to travel the world, by God's grace. There's this passion I've had since I was young. Like, I want to be able to like create like a home. I don't know if it's possible. Maybe I'm just whining, or maybe I'm just like buzzing. But even if it's not a home, like a place, like a comfort zone where like people that have sickle cell anemia but then they are not so privileged can come and get like materials and food and drugs for free. Because I know how hard it is and how expensive it is to like to have sickle cell anemia and not have money to go to the hospital and buy drugs. So I want to have that kind of like a body where they just is like a shop, a home, or a place that is constantly opened. You just come, pick the drugs you need, and pick the like sweaters, hot water bottles, socks, things like that. So that has been at the back of my mind since I was like a teenager. So that's one thing I definitely want to do. I'm so happy I did this video. Like, my last question Q&A was a long time ago, I think like 2018 or last year. So yeah, I had fun filming this video, even though there was a lot going on. And while I was filming this video, I got news that one of my friends passed, and it really saddens my heart because she was such a nice person. I can't even wrap my head around it. While I was in the hospital in 2017, I had like a very bad crisis, and I spoke about it in my sickle cell anemia video. And while I was in Lasso, I was just passing, and then I saw her. She was like in the next room beside me, and I didn't even know. I told her I was hungry and I didn't like the hospital food. Do you know she actually left the hospital and went to, was it Sweet Sensation or Tantalize? She said I went to one place and got me a lot of food and drinks. She actually got discharged that same day. It's really hurts my heart. Like, I can't even imagine. I've been in like I've been denying it. I can't believe Gunu is gone. Like, just like that, Gunu is gone, man. Like, I just pray that God rest her soul so much and give comfort to our friends, family, her sisters most especially. And yeah, I just thought to mention it because she was such a nice person to me. Like, man, rest in peace, Gunu. Just like that, man. Young girl. Anyways, not to dampen the spirit or anything, thank you guys so much for hanging with me today. Just love your friends, guys. Like, just reach out to people that you've not spoken to in a while, because I haven't spoken to her. I spoke to her in March, that was just last month. Just take care, guys. Stay safe, especially at this period. In Jesus' name, we'll not lose anybody again. And yeah, don't forget to share, subscribe, like, leave your comments. I love you guys. Peace out. Kisses.